Introduction to Data Visualization with Tableau. Background. The world is exploding with data today. With more connectedness and proliferation of Internet of Things, this trend will only increase. This graph here is showing us how the data generation has increased starting from 2 zettabytes in 2010, which is expected to raise to 2000 zettabytes in about 2035. At present, it is at about 47 zettabytes level, and this growth is essentially being led by machine to machine data. This graph here represents how the data has evolved as per the developments in hardware and software technologies. So on the x-axis, the mainframe era, mini era, PC client era, internet era, and now we are in a virtual era where the transactional data is increasing but at the steady rate. Human files are increasing at a good rate. There are social interactions which have added since last about 10 years now, where the social interaction data is also playing a major role. But the major growth is expected from a machine to machine learning data. And on top of it, this data is varied in nature. Data can be structured or unstructured. It can be external to the organization or internal to the organization. It can be qualitative data or a quantitative data. Let's look at how a marketing analytics department is using various types of data from various sources. For example, a marketing department would get the information of the customer in terms of the customer's demographic data, customer's interests and preferences, customer lifetime value, and customer's propensity to purchase. Marketing department will also get the financial information, which is customer's acquisition cost, historical pricing of the products, price earning ratio, and monthly recurring revenue. Marketing department will also need campaign performance data, essentially in terms of churn rate, conversion rate, engagement rate, click through rate, and bounce rate. Marketing department also needs customer behavior data in terms of the transaction history, website behavior, mobile app usage, and spending patterns. Marketing department also gets customer feedback from various sources. It could be a social media feedback, it's a rating and a ranking, it's an inbound call which a customer makes, it could be a chatbot interaction, call center notes, and survey data. Apart from this, marketing department would also get market research data, which could be a market research or some industry benchmark input or a competitor's data. So we see, only considering one department, which is marketing department, there is varied data which the department gets. This data could be structured or unstructured. This data could be coming from the external sources or the internal sources within the company. It could be a qualitative data or a quantitative data. So from the company's perspective, this is a data overload and which is overwhelming the business managers. Business managers are struggling to make sense of this data and figure out how this data can add value in decision making. They are unable to derive actionable insights out of it. They are unable to provide decision making inputs to their senior management. And this is where business intelligence tools play a role to help managers manage data and derive insights from the data. So essentially, a business tool, intelligence tool, it provides a platform to analyze and visualize data. BI tool helps in understanding your data better, finding patterns in data, and communicating insights effectively. BI tools journey from raw data to actionable intelligence. In this sheet, we would try and understand the journey of a data from origin, which is a raw data, to the end where it is used for actionable intelligence. So we start with raw data, which could be in the form of clickstream, it could be IoT, social media, survey, or transaction data. As a first step, this data is ingested and prepared to be stored in a repository. So this process is called ETL, extract, transform, and load. Input data can be of the batch or a stream form. We store the data in a central repository. In case the data is structured and unstructured both, we store it in a central repository which is called data lake. After that, we have respective query tools which wherein BI tools connect with different databases, and BI tools job is to connect and integrate data. So BI tool connects with different data types and databases, and once it is connected to a database, it is able to perform analytics in the form of descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, or prescriptive analytics. And it can also perform visualization on that data, which could be tabular visualization, which could be graphic visualization, which could be tree visualization, or a text visualization. And this is where BI tools like Tableau, ClickView, and Power BI come in, which help us connect with the different data types and data. They help us in performing analytics on the data, and they help us in performing visualization on the data. Typically, industry tools at each of these levels are like this. So, at the ingest and prepare stage, we have EMR, Lambda, Azure Databricks. At the storage level, we have products like S3, Hadoop, HDFS, Cloud Storage, and at the query level, we have different tools like MySQL, BigQuery, Hive, R, Python, Jupyter interface of Python, and Spark SQL. So BI tool helps us in completing this journey from raw data to actionable intelligence. Tableau is one of the BI tool which is quite popular. What is Tableau? Tableau is a data visualization tool used in business intelligence industry. It helps to convert raw data to actionable insights. It was developed in USA by a company named Tableau, headquartered in Washington. It was founded by Pat Hanharan, Christian Chabot, and Chris Stolt in 2003. The depiction on the left is a classic example of what one can do using Tableau. In this graph, you can observe that x-axis is showing us births per woman, and this is in decreasing order in the sense that starting from 10, it's the values are reducing, and on the y-axis we are showing life expectancy. You'll also observe that this graph is moving on the left, which is indicating that births per woman are decreasing. The color representation is as follows. This red color represents sub-Saharan African countries, blue color represents South Asia, yellow color represents East Asia and Pacific region, orange color represents East Europe and Central Asia, green color represents Latin America, purple color represents Arab states, and sky blue color is represented by OECD countries. We are observing that in this graph the year is changing. So it's effectively a three dimension chart, the colors representing the respective countries, and it's showing us how has the world changed since 1962. So what we can infer from this graph is that how with time the changes in terms of the countries whose life expectancy has increased and their births per woman have also decreased. So if we look at this, OECD is leading at this point, and subsequently East Asia and Pacific takes over. The sub-Saharan countries remain at the lagging end from 1962 till 1997. South Asia is almost at the middle level. Features of Tableau. It does not require technical or programming skills. Interactive dashboards can be created as per the customer preference. It can connect and extract data from multiple platforms, oblique data sources. It allows data blending, real-time analysis of data, and collaboration. Tableau product suite. Tableau offers many products: desktop, public, online, server, and reader. Both Tableau Desktop and Tableau Public are used to create interactive dashboards and reports for clients. The only difference being workbooks created in Tableau Public cannot be saved locally. They are saved on cloud, which is accessible to all. Both Tableau Server and Tableau Online are used to share the workbooks, visualizations created in Tableau Desktop across the organization. Only difference is that in Tableau Online, the data is stored on the servers, hosted on the cloud, maintained by Tableau. Tableau Reader is a free tool which allows you to view the visualizations created using Tableau Desktop or Tableau Public. Tableau Prep is a brand new product from Tableau designed to help everyone quickly and confidently combine, shape, and clean their data for analysis. Thank you.